Today we're going to show you the test that we took for our weekly ink review. We're featuring Warangel's Pinocchio ink, and this ink was just recently added to their World Literature ink collection. The Warangel ink packaging is always the same. It's the square packaging with pretty clear labeling. I do think that some of the text is a little bit hard to read because it's too light, but I love that they include this little card with detailed information on their color formula. And I like that they mark their bottles, whether they're glistening or standard. And this is a glistening ink. Let's go ahead and make an eyedropper swatch with it here in this Warangel Spiral ink swatching notebook. It's really a nice green color. It's not too dark, but it's also pretty dark, which I like that. Well, I like when it's a kind of a different, unique shade. So with the eyedropper swatch, you can see a heavy application, and then on the lid of that little swatch card area, I used a cotton swab. And then I used an Aero Sushi, a medium nib dip pen to put down the writing sample there. And this is if you want to use one of Warangel's ink swatch cards. They came out with a Pinocchio ink swatch card to go along with that ink, and that was a lot of fun. And if you get their Warangel ink swatch cards or a lot of other standard size ink swatch cards, you can use their Warangel require a clear chart book to collect all of your ink cards into one little spot, and it's pretty handy. And I like that it is just simple and clean, and that I can close it up and snap it shut. It has this little snap closure. Okay, but back to the ink tests for this review. We took the Warangel Pinocchio ink and did a dry test and a water test. First, the dry test, and we just wrote out a phrase and then let it dry for, I think I started with 18 seconds or something like that. And then I checked to see if it was dry. And as I went back and forth, it was pretty quick. I discovered it was dry at 16 seconds. So right around 16 seconds for me, this was a solidly dry ink. I ran it over with a cotton swab, and it didn't show any smearing or disruption to the lines. So 16 seconds is not bad for a glistening ink. And this is the water test. I went ahead and put down a chunk of writing sample and let it dry for 2 minutes. And then I'm going to come back and run a wet cotton swab across that to see how it responds to an exposure to water. I have to say, I was actually really surprised. I could barely tell that I ran a wet cotton swab across the writing of this ink. So it's not designated as waterproof, and I wouldn't call it waterproof, but almost. It's almost waterproof. And then I just do a cotton swab swatching there at the bottom so you can see the shimmery gold aspect of this ink better. It's hard to show in videos and images sometimes, but I like the different varying shades of this ink, and then combined with that gold, it's pretty amazing. And that's Pinocchio. Follow